Stuck on homework at midnight? Revising for an exam tomorrow? TeachMe doesn't just give you the answer. It probes what you already know, asks you to explain it in your own words, and goes back and forth with you, until it finally gives you the answer. It learns your country, age, subject, and exam board, works in any language, and keeps a record of everything you've asked, emailed straight to you. Here's our user, getting TeachMe set up just the way they like it. First, the basics, age, subject, and exam board, which automatically updates based on the country selected, so only relevant boards are ever shown, no hunting through irrelevant options. Next, the type of teacher preferred, friendly, strict, or somewhere in between. And finally, whether answers should be emailed, so every lesson can be kept and revisited later. These settings can be changed at any time, but once saved, there's no need to re-enter them on every login. TeachMe simply remembers. Unlike a one-off request to a generic AI chatbot, where you start from scratch every single time, TeachMe Global builds you a personalized learning profile that carries through every session. TeachMe Global is built to be simple and intuitive. No manuals, no learning curve, just 2 clear modes. Tell Me mode gives you the complete answer right away. Teach Me mode is where learning truly happens. Here, our pupil selects Teach Me mode and asks a question, English literature, on Macbeth, though it could be any subject at all. Instead of answering immediately, Teach Me comes back with a question of its own. What do you already know about this? The pupil answers, and Teach Me responds, sometimes confirming they're on the right track, sometimes gently pushing back, not quite right. What about this instead? Backwards and forwards, question after question, until together they reach a complete, well-reasoned answer. That answer can then be emailed, either on demand with a single button press, or automatically, if it's already set up in preferences. For accessibility, every answer can also be read aloud. That's the Socratic method. It doesn't hand you the answer, it works you towards it, so you actually understand it, not just remember it. And that's what makes you learn better. Once the discussion reaches its conclusion, the full answer can be emailed straight away. Here, we see that email arrive, containing the complete explanation, not just a one-line answer, but the full reasoning behind it. Every email like this builds up into a personal library, a lookup reference you can return to anytime, for any subject, any exam board, any answer you've ever received. It's not just an answer for now, it's a revision resource for later. Now let's look at Tell Me mode, for when you want a direct answer, no back and forth, just the information you need. Selecting Tell Me brings up 4 options: essay, study plan, revision notes, or direct answer. Each gives you a different kind of output, depending on what you need at the time. Here, we see the user choosing revision notes, this time for A-level chemistry. There's no back and forth thinking here. TeachMe Global simply provides a complete set of revision notes, which can be emailed or printed out for future reference. And it's worth noting, every answer, in both TeachMe and Tell Me modes, can be copied with a single button press, ready to paste into WhatsApp, social media, or any other sharing app you use. And there it is, complete revision notes, generated in seconds, emailed straight to the user for safekeeping. No complicated menus, no confusing settings, just simple buttons and clear results. TeachMe Global has been built around the user, not the technology, designed so that anyone, at any age, in any country, can sit down and start learning within seconds. No setup headaches, no steep learning curve, just a way that makes it easy for you to use. Now we see another use of Tell Me mode. This time, the pupil wants a study plan, and presses the study plan button. Up comes a simple form, just a couple of quick fields to fill in. They tell TeachMe what subject they're studying, in this case geography, and how much time they've got available before the exam. With that information given, TeachMe gets to work. Here's TeachMe thinking, putting that study plan together. And here it is, the level of detail involved. The plan breaks everything down day by day, hours per subject, when to take breaks, and which topics to cover, all structured around the time available. This isn't unique to study plan either. That same level of detail is built into every Tell Me option, essay, revision notes, direct answer. As with every answer in TeachMe, This can be copied and sent straight to WhatsApp or emailed. And because it arrives by email, it can be filed into folders and searched by keyword. So a term from now, or even a year from now, that exact answer can be found again in seconds. Worth saying too, TeachMe doesn't keep a copy on our servers. Once it's emailed, it belongs entirely to you, private and yours alone. One of the real strengths of TeachMe Global is that it works for anyone, whatever their first language, anywhere in the world. For the millions of students globally for whom English isn't their first language, that's never a barrier. Here, we see that same Socratic teaching method, this time in Arabic, the same back-and-forth questioning, the same building towards understanding, delivered entirely in the student's own language. And here, we're introducing another feature. If the student gets stuck, they can simply press, "I'm stuck, give me a direct answer." Watch, it comes back in Arabic, instantly, and like every other answer, it's emailed straight away too. Ask your question in your language, get your answer in your language, emailed in that same language, all automatically. While Arabic is what we're demonstrating here, this works in any language, anywhere in the world. Stuck on a tricky maths question in a textbook? No need to type it out. Just take a photo. Here, the camera captures the question directly. Crop it down to just what's needed, and TeachMe extracts the text automatically. No manual typing, no mistakes copying out complex equations. That text drops straight into the question box, ready to go. Mathematics brings its own challenge. Proper notation, symbols, fractions, powers, the kind of detail that's painful to type out on a phone or laptop keyboard. That's exactly what makes the camera so useful. No fiddling with special characters, no getting the formatting wrong, just photograph the question as it appears on the page. And once it's processed, TeachMe handles all of that notation cleanly, both in the answer on screen, and in the email that follows, fractions, powers, symbols, all displayed exactly as they should be, not garbled or simplified. This is TeachMe Global. A book and a world, because learning shouldn't stop at a border or a language. Whatever you're studying, wherever you are, whatever language you think in, TeachMe is there. Not a generic chatbot giving you an answer and forgetting you the moment you close the tab, but a personal tutor that knows your subject, your exam board, your level, and actually teaches you, rather than just telling you. Every answer, kept. Every lesson, yours to keep forever, privately, in your own inbox. Built for students everywhere, in any language, on any subject. This is education, finally built without borders. TeachMe Global. Try it free today.